Hello guys and welcome. Today we are going to play some Freelancer or some Discovery Freelancer, and it's going to be on my trader called CptBowie. Here you can see my current characters. So it's going to be my trader. Sadly, last episode I made with trading. Oh, I have to turn off the volume here. Awkward. Here we go. Now I think it might be working as it should. We'll just check it out. Yeah, I think it's good. Okay, so I'm now on my character CptBowie. And what we're going to do first of all is that we are going to try a new trade route. I was so lucky that I was playing yesterday, I think, without streaming though, but I met this guy who played, I don't know, half a year, maybe more, and he had a lot of tips and tricks. So when trading in Discovery, you have to do a bit differently than you would do in the vanilla game. That is because that they added something called player-owned bases. So in a system you have NPC-owned bases like this one, the Aramore base, or it can be planets or whatever, you know. The usual bases which are owned by NPCs, but in this mod they also made it possible for players to make their own bases, and what they are being used for is mostly. Wait, am I on Harrington base right now, or no? I'm actually. But what they use for mostly is mining, and different things I don't know yet. But at least for mining, it means that you set up a player-owned base outside a mining field. You can also mine this game. I have not made a miner yet, by the way. There will come at some point. But you set up in a miner field, and you can see I already pressed the mineable zones. You have this zone and this zone. And graves, survey, and mining, as it just said, is this station. So you pick up some of this gold and you sell it to graves, and then someone else picks up the golden graves and sell it on, or you can trade route directly. I'm trying to become a part of the faction that owns some of these bases on my miner, and I will try to join a faction called Gateway, which is a trading faction in this system, in the Bretonia house, so the English house that means Dublin, New London, Cambridge, Manchester, all of these, and of course their allies, which are the Liberty houses, which is USA, like Texas, Pennsylvania, and so on, right? So our task for today is that we are going to Pennsylvania to sell all of these gold ore to, well, let's just check, I can't remember, to, did they change the trade routes? It actually looks like they changed the trade routes, right? That's odd. I was playing earlier today and you would get a lot more from gold. That is truly and honestly weird. But I think it was Harrisburg. I wonder how that happened. I've just been doing these routes. So I would sell it for, I don't know, 8K, I think, before. Now it's really, really far down. Well, that's a bit annoying for me, I guess. I have not. I guess there can be some sort of. I feel like something is wrong here, but I have gold. I'm gonna duck back just to check out if. Well, I would sell for a lot more, 8,000 I think. Now it's not so much. You buy it for 400. Well, I guess it's still decent. Well, let's just make the trade route and see what happens, right? Oh, I'm taking a lot of damage right now. Well, apparently not. These smiley guy sucks. If this is the case, this trade route I have now, actually, I guess I need to find a new one. Yay! That's just how it goes. I mean, it's all good. We're gonna travel to the jump hole now, and let's see what happens. Well, that was a bit annoying. I'm not that much into it, so I guess it would make sense if the price actually fluctuated to some extent. I just need to figure out the mechanics for it, which I do not know yet. Oh, there are mines here as well. Ouch. Maybe I need to join. Maybe I actually need to join Gateway to get the better prices, but that wouldn't make sense either. I'm not completely sure. I'm just gonna check right now. I think I have a Freelancer ID. I do. Well, we'll just see how it goes. So this is called a low-key live stream because when you trade, you obviously don't fight a lot. There's not so much activity happening. It's mostly just flying around this beautiful game. So there will just be a lot of traveling. Let's see, and docking and whatnot. But I really find this part enjoyable as well. I know that people have different opinions on what to think about trading in games. I play a lot of games before where I traded, like The Guild or Anno 1404, or there's also other games I can't remember on top of my mind right now. But you know, I find it kind of, I don't know, relaxing or soothing or something like that. But I also like the whole idea of building up, accumulating wealth, to kind of, next time I get a new ship, I'll get the Britannia something ship that has twice as much cargo as this. So the current ship I have is the Percheron, the Britannia transport. I think the other, I'm getting the Britannia train, and it has a cargo space of 2,500, which hopefully in time will be increased to a lot more. Yeah, that's gonna be 5,000, so twice as much. I'm just gonna go in here and see if I can get a gateway ID. So this game has a bit different like reputation. This game works a bit differently than it does in vanilla as well. So you have to get an idea. Once you get an idea, your ID, I'll show you now. You see, I have my Freelancer ID. That means that I have some stipulations I have to follow, and I'm not friendly or unfriendly towards the normal factions. Some of them I'm unfriendly with, and some I am really friendly with. I'm really friendly with freelancers, other freelancers, of course, which makes sense. Here we go. Here's the BMF, but that's actually for mining. That is not what I'm looking for. I guess I have to get accepted. I made an application for a gateway to join them, so I guess I have to be accepted there at some point. But yeah, I find this a bit weird and annoying. I was really ready to making some cash here, but apparently not today. I guess I have to figure out that at some point, but let's just see how it goes. Let's make some runs and see if I'm getting helium on my way back. If I'm lucky, that will be more profitable, but I mean, of course, when you only get 3,000 instead of 8,000 credits per unit you sell, and you sell 2,500 units, that's a lot of money that just is not going to be there. And that means that for the distance I'm running, I can actually do something else, I think. I don't know what yet, but there should be other opportunities or possibilities. So yeah, it is what it is. I hope that the helium part still will be profitable. We'll just see. Okay, here we go, and we're going to this one. What is that? What? Are these player-owned bases? These are player-owned bases, I think. I mean, they look pretty insane. They look pretty insane indeed. Well, it's one way and it's straightforward. Yeah, I have so many questions. The fun part about this mod is that there's a forum, and it has a lot of info, like a crazy amount of information. So when you join as a new player, you are able to kind of snip up some of the information here and there, and you try to search your way around and look your way around it, but there's just so many posts and subcategories and whatnot. So I feel that it has taken, I played this for a week now, and it's taken a week just to kind of get to know the basics of this mod and how it works. But it's also part of the yeah, it's also what makes this mod deep in some sense, that it has layers and layers. With the whole RP thing, role playing, that with role playing you kind of can engage yourself even deeper if you're able to do that. I'm not sure about how that will go for me, since I haven't really done much role playing before in my life. But it's been fun when I meet people. Like, I got robbed earlier today by some rogues, and you know, they were merciful and only took 2 million of me to let me go. I had a cargo worth 20 million, I think, so there was 10%, and I assume that is the going rate usually. I heard from others that some pirates really are, they just want to kill you and take your loot, and kind of griefing mentality, I guess. But luckily these pirates were actually true pirates, I don't know, reasonable pirates, right? So instead of having to fight me and go through that whole trouble, and maybe I get back up from the police, to just take some of my money, and I can go on and they can move to another place where the police won't catch them. So I of course reported this to the police. You can see if there's a police online right now. I'm looking for the LF or LN or whatever it's called, the Liberty. Well, the UN I believe is as well, but that is not in Liberty. I can't see any Liberty law enforcers right now actually. But a lot of these players who are online, they have 3, 4, 5, 10 characters that has different role-playing characters where they act out as police officers, or maybe as a pirate or trader like I do. And so one of the guys I met, he had multiple law enforcer characters in Liberty. I guess they have different ships. That might be why. So he has the opportunity to, if there are different events, then he can kind of. I feel like I see a lot more player-owned bases right now than I do before. But he has the opportunity to switch back and forth for his needs. Say that he needs to reconnaissance somewhere. It's probably better with a faster, like a fighter type, fighter class ship. Or if he knows that they're calling for backup, he can relog into his gunboat class, which is a huge ass fighter boat, right? So I guess there's some. Yeah, there are some useful things with that. All right. Let's just see how it goes. Well, Liverpool, I guess this maybe has the idea I'm looking for. But I think it's a player-owned faction. I'm too big. No dirty comments, please. Well, that didn't work. I'll just move on then. So. Whoop. It's funny, always when you jump out of a jump hole, you always jump like on the right hand of it. So, but I guess that's pretty smart. If you try to jump through the gate hole on arrival, you would just crash into it. Well. Sorry. I guess for me it's a bit time consuming to earn so little, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do if the gold really is so low. Maybe I'll relog and try one of the other characters. I do have enough to actually start mining now, I think. We'll see how that goes. Here we go into the portal here. Oops! See there, I managed to get pretty close and then press F3 to enter it. To more seam. Yeah, I like when you get the. I had a train once. Not funnily enough, the train was 3 times as big as the ship, but it only carried half the size, half the cargo. But when you have ships with huge hitboxes, these trade lanes can be pretty frustrating to get through sometimes. So you have to, I guess there are some techniques you can use to enter it the right way or properly or whatever. So that's what I'm gonna aim to do. Planet Anaheim.
Objective reached.
And I think I have to go on the northwest side of the planet. Yep. Anaheim. I mean, this game is pretty... I don't know, I always liked it when I was younger, and this mod has kind of revived my sense for it. I'm really looking forward to trying out being part of some factions, since I think that could be a lot of fun. So maybe that will make this game even better. I can only assume so, like playing with others and being part of a faction, whatnot. And what I've done is that each of my characters, of course, want to join their own faction and play out the role they have. So I feel like I'm only seeing the tip of the iceberg yet. They just came with a new patch yesterday, as my stream had to shut down for it, which changed the political situation a lot as well. So if you think this in like our world terms, you have the Japanese, and New Tokyo's here. I don't know what you have out here, but it's different. Like you have the Spanish, Portuguese down here. The Russians is somewhere as well. They call the coalition. And then you have the Gallic. The Gallic are of course the French ones. Gallia. Which I have not discovered on this. Okay, so there's another system right here that's called Gallia. Where you have... where you have Paris and... I don't know, Lorient, whatever, all these French cities or districts that are made into systems, right? And the lore or the history of this game is that Gallia actually broke out of the alliance and kind of started going to war against Britannia. But now, after a long time in this game, the unrest has settled, and Gallia is trying to re-enter the alliance or re-enter the big fives, which is Britannia, Liberty, Corsair, Rhineland, I guess it's a big 4, and then it becomes a big 5 with Gallia, right? So so that's pretty cool. I mean, even the history of this game is developing. It's pretty fun because the last patch, that big patch that came, I think was in August. So it's a long time. I just started playing and then boom, there happened something new. And I've been speaking to a lot of players, and some of them thought that the game was dying, and some others feels like the game is actually growing again. But I hope it's growing. I mean, it's a different way to play games that you usually do nowadays, and I really enjoy that a lot. I don't know how to. Well, I feel like a lot of games really have doesn't require so much fantasy. It doesn't. I don't know. This just feels old school in some way that I like. Not because it's old school, but because there are certain restrictions to this game that opens up for your mind to kind of, I don't know, create some, use your creativity within those restrictions. And at the same time, this game is developing. Yeah. It is of course pretty simple engine that's been used for this compared to nowadays. So I guess that anyone who wanted could actually play this game, no matter how old your PC is. So if you want to, feel free to come and join me, and we'll have some adventures or a trade, or I have to practice PvP. There's a PvP practice system, I guess it's called, as well, where you can go in and just practice against each other. So you can do that as well. But now I want to gain capital, and once I get capital, I'm gonna probably start mining or something. Not sure yet. But that's pretty bad. I thought about mining gold, but I guess if gold is so worthless, it's better to swap to something else, unless the price fluctuates back again. Well, if anyone knows about this, please let me know in the comments, because I'm pretty confused. I'm just gonna open a drink. It's pretty, I don't know. I remember playing this the first time and kind of being in this whole vast universe, like the sensation of it. Also, that being back at a time where you did not have that much of sandbox gaming, was not a big thing like it is today. I guess that's partially why I love this game, is of course the nostalgia I feel when I play it, but yeah. But I still when I reinstalled the game 1 week ago and started flying around, I just went from jump space to jump space, exploring the whole like exploring a lot. And that was really fun, because I just feel immersed in this game when I play it. And I guess most games I play nowadays, I feel like I just have to figure a way to beat the game as best as possible. But in this game, it kind of becomes both. You play a character, and that character might require of you trying to figure out how to beat the game, how to be the best possible trader. I become a part of a company organization that can help me, and we plan out good trade routes together and kind of work on efficiency together, because that's beneficial for my character, right? And the same in mining, I guess. It would be better for me to have someone to haul all of the ores I mined, and I myself had to travel, like mine some ores, and then myself had to travel to a base to sell it. It would be better if someone came to me and picked up the ores and sold it to a base for me, and we shared the profit or whatever. And that's an interesting part about this as well. I also feel there are so many opportunities to play with others and do stuff together. So, but right now, I don't know. I guess I don't feel uncomfortable playing with others. I actually feel it's pretty fun, but I always feel like they're so much better than me. So I'm really just looking forward to getting to know the game better, and kind of still being a newcomer, but not a complete greenhorn that has never tried doing anything. So So we'll see what the next thing will happen. I guess it's mining will be the next big thing. Like in my head, I always think a lot about efficiency. So being a pirate really seems unprofitable, but it would be fun in the sense that, you know, if you meet up with the police and you have a big old fight with them, that would be awesome. I mean, that would be cool. Or if you're the police and you have to react to certain situations. I also know that the police or law enforcement work pretty well together and have an active community. And it seems like there's a lot of rogues lately. So who knows? There's a lot of opportunities.
Understood. Your request is granted. Proceed 10.
Oh, here we go.
Transport convoy. This is Academy. You're in range of our station. Transmit your ID code and designation.
Come on, dock this. Okay, so not so fun part about this game is when you dock, and it's in some of these. Oh, my game crashed. I'm so sorry. That happened to me before as well. I'm not sure why it does so, but I'm gonna have it up running again in a GIF. Here we go. So I'm just gonna open it again. Well, this happens from time to time, I guess, that it just crashes. Oh man, this epileptic let's see if my stream actually can manage to catch on to it. Am I gonna get the bug where I'm already online while I'm not? Well, I don't know. Nope, I think I managed to enter again. Yeah, it's working. Whew. So after the last patch, there has been quite a few issues with the game. They rebooted the game, which was nice. Nope, the price is all down. Wow. I wonder, like this, where do I find this on the forums? That would be nice if it was easily accessible. But I feel like every time I have to go to the forum, it's just a puzzle figuring out what I'm going to do. Well, it's back up at least. That is a freelancer as well. Star Reaper. No, every time I stream, the server has to reboot. Well, maybe this will fix the prices. That would be truly amazing. Maybe this is the rescue I needed. Well, I bought helium now. Let's see if that is bugged as well. Should be about 6,000 something. It is still 6,000 something. That is good. That is good. Back to the California jumbo. Nope, wrong way. Oh, I can just target it, of course. So, when you dock close to planets and bases are really close to planets, you have to be watchful and be ready to press escape, whatever. 2 times now I crashed into the atmosphere and lost all of my cargo and had to go way back to get it. And it's finally mostly here at planet Erie. and also at Planet New London, like actually the base I'm going to now. So on this trade route, there are like 2 places where you cannot semi-AFK or whatever. You need to be hands-on and be ready. I guess I should try and fly more above the station before I dock or something, because it seems like it takes a swing upwards, and in that swing, if I'm at the wrong place, I end up inside the planet and die. So that's not good. Not if you want to earn money. Wow, that's really well, now you'll see some real space travel. But yeah. I wonder what else you can actually do in here. So you have trading, as we're doing now. You have bounty hunting. Just to expand on that, then bounty hunting is not only in-game missions. You can also on the forums there's a board where you can accept bounty. Like you can become a bounty hunter, and you can hunt other players for bounties on them. That's usually what happens to rogues if they become too annoying. Everyone just puts up bounties for them forever until they stop logging onto that account, I guess. If they're not reasonable, other players are not going to be reasonable, right? So there's also an in-game or a way to kind of balance out people griefing by that way, but it's expensive, I guess. But some people have lots of money, so who knows. But you can become a bounty hunter, either do in-game bounties or like from the forums, RP bounties, I would call it then. You can be a miner, which I'm probably going to show you at some point, probably soon. I guess you can become a law enforcer. You can become part of the army. I'm not sure how they differ, but I know that in the whole big story, the concept there's a difference, because the army of Britonia would fight against the army of Gallia, right? So if you're part of one of those factions, you would join in on the fighting. And they made events like huge ass fights and sieges on New London, I think, whatever. New London planet, the planet we're going to know, was under siege. It was just huge army around it and constant fighting and whatnot. So I guess there's that as well, but I would assume that it's more event-based, that you use the army part. The policing or the law enforcement is more day-to-day. You become a pirate, and you can also become an explorer, because they're like... I don't know if they are randomly generated, but they are like wrecks around where you can loot nice stuff, apparently. I have not done it or tried it. I just read the tooltip for it. So there's actually really a lot to do. And that is only what I know of. I mean, there could be so much else that I don't know. You can build your own bases. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun to see when I get deeper into it. I mean, I think that this game requires a certain amount of commitment, and I'm still on the fence on how committed I'm going to be. But I have a feeling that if it keeps being fun, and if being a part of companies or factions is fun, I'm probably gonna dive deep into this game. And it's been a while since I had. I mean, I play League of Legends I'm pretty committed to that at some point, at becoming better at that, but it's a lot of difference between playing a hugely competitive game and playing games like this, which are... I think the feeling of this game is like an RPG, like playing World of Warcraft, or like playing... I don't know, I guess Neverwinter Nights or some of the older ones would be a better example, since they're from the same period. Diablo, I guess, maybe. Mixed with trading, so an RPG mixed with some trading or some economy-based things. I mean, and if you try to play EVE Online, that is kind of a successor to this. They picked up a lot of ideas for EVE from this game, and I mentioned this in another episode that the designer, I'm not sure if it's the lead designer or not, but at least the designer of this game is also a designer on Star Citizen. And this is again a follow-up to an earlier game. I'm not sure if it's one of the first Elite Dangerous or what it is, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, what I really like about this game is that it has also this whole political aspect, and I mean, I've been trying to read the storyline on this crap, but Oh man. I think I read for half an hour non-stop and I was only halfway through, so. And I'm actually a decently fast reader as well, so I mean, maybe I should do that at some point, just go through the whole storyline on YouTube so people can listen to it instead of having to actually have to read it. Just tell me in the comments if you would like that, and I'll consider it. I'm not sure if I'll actually do it, but I'll consider it for sure. So we're going to planet New London. It's here.
Go to.
So this actually seems to be worth it because I also have to go around the planet. Probably not worth it. It's probably better just to do like so. So we don't have to do the whole docking thing. Maybe I can push it even closer. We'll see.
Go to.
Well, better safe than sorry. I have flown into a lot of planets and died in the atmosphere. Yeah. So when the server reboot, I'm just gonna take a 4 or 5 minutes break and leave the stream on, and I'll be back when it happens. There has not been a counter, but we'll continue and see if it actually fixes the gold issue. If it does not, I will probably make a new stream for one of the other characters, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The cool thing is that you have commands where you can draw cash in this game, so I can draw cash to another account. In my role-playing universe, that means that my parents, like my other character called Lucas Woods, he's called, that his parents saved up money for him to actually start searching opportunities away from being at a planet Holstein, which had mineral salts, where he farmed mineral salts for a living, and his parents did, and they saved up money. When they died, he decided to go out and try to become a miner. That's why I made an application for one of the mining factions called BMF, Britonia Mining and Factoring or something. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. That's a bit fun. I never done this whole story writing in my head behind characters. I had to write this down in my application to join BMF, so I actually had to think about it, write down. The same with my with this guy actually. Oh, what is my story again? Well, I just made this is the problem with role playing for me, right? Like, I'm not used to it, so I just forget. Yeah, I'm born on planet Erie or something. I guess this is a bit more generic, but it's because I played on this character already. It's not a new character. I played on it, so I felt it was kind of. Oh, is that the server going down? I will take that as a yes. We'll quit to the main menu. If it actually is able to quit. Well, maybe it just crashes now instead. Here we go. Here's the main menu. I'm just gonna fit this to screen. There we go. All right, I will be right back in 4 to 5 minutes. Right, be right back. And I am back. Okay, let's see if the server is open again. Captain Bowie, I mean. Okay, let's see. Where am I at right now? I have not sold helium yet. Okay, so there's a rollback. That's what it's called, right? Wait, where am I? Wait, didn't I almost come to New London before? I can't remember. Well, here we go. Are the Legion? Who are they? That is a good question. Who is Legion? No one knows. I'm just gonna have to answer a message here. We're gonna press doc. Let's just see. Okay, sorry for that. There we go. Well, when the wife writes, you have to answer, right? So. Nah, I have to work tomorrow on well, in Denmark or Norway. I live in Norway now, but we celebrate Christmas the 24th, which means that 23rd is Little Christmas Eve. And then after work, I'm going to my parents-in-law, and then I'm gonna visit my grandmother on Christmas Eve as well, who is Norwegian and lives in Norway. So that's gonna be nice. I'm really looking forward to it. And then I also have to, then I am going on a ski trip to Austria for a week. So it will be some time before I'm able to stream again, sadly, I think. 1.5 weeks or so, but that's how it is with these holiday seasons. So I just started streaming and now I'm taking a break. Well, let's see how it goes. So we're selling helium, which is selling for a decent price still. And I have to see if the server hopefully is a bug with the gold that it's not selling for as much, because I honestly have to map out a whole new route or figure out something new with this trade route if I can sell gold. Maybe there are other metals than gold that is farmed that I can sell. I can hope so. I would think so. Yeah, I usually browse the forums and travel around in game and whatnot to figure out, ask around mostly actually. So we'll just see. Maybe that guy who helped me before is online, but he has so many characters. I'm not sure which one is him. Well, he's usually in the New York system, or Alaska or something like that. No, I'm not sure he's online now. So you can see every player has a rank, and the rank is defined by your class of ship, maybe your equipment, I don't know about that, and your amount of credits. So you can actually have a tiny ship and be huge rank because you have a lot of credits. And then when you begin, if you're below rank 30, people are not allowed to attack you or to harass you or whatever. There are like certain rules for newcomers. And there's also an ID called Recruit, where you earn up reputation with certain factions. But yeah, again, this game has has so many aspects to figure out yet. Oh. I am hoping that I can get one of my friends called Ramsin to join in on the fun. I played Freelancer with him before on the Crossfire mod, but I did not enjoy Crossfire that much. I felt people were grieving us a lot and kind of destroyed the whole. It was, yeah. And it did not have this intricate political system where you have to use IDs to get affiliations and then join a faction, whatever. You can just fly around and do whatever. Here you have restrictions, so just like in the real world, you have to get to properly trade overseas. You will be part of a corporation that trades overseas, and same with if you would trade in your country, you would be part of I know in Denmark you're part of the Danish transport, whatever they're called, right? And drive trucks. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. And politically, I guess you can go outside the area of influence. Your zone of influence is called. So as a Bretonia company, I would be safe being in Liberty and Bretonia, and also think Rhineland is neutral. But if I, for example, entered Gallia, they would attack me. All of them would be hostile towards me, like everyone. So I would not even be able to get trade there because the bases would not allow me to dock there. Trade lane disrupted. Yay. So sometimes you can see we have Corsairs here who are disrupting trade lanes in hope that they can catch some catch some traders, I guess, or whatever. Do some pirating. Yes, this is really nice. And hello. Well, you know you're a new streamer when the only one joining your stream and writing comments is your wife, right? So but it's all good. She's at my parents-in-law right now. Well, now she can check up on me even when I'm not with her. I'm not sure if that is good or bad. Let's see. But it's funny because during the last week I did not feel like there was so much action going on, like people shooting or whatever. It was just silence. Right now, every time we go past some bases, some Corsairs, yeah, something is happening. So I feel like they added the amount of rogues or Corsairs, whatever there is in the systems, and there's some political unrest. I cannot remember. I think Liberty are the ones being, I don't know, having internal political conflict right now, issues. Which means that they probably at some point will either break out or there will be some events that I mean, it would be pretty game changing. Like I usually play in Liberty, it's kind of beginner friendly or whatever. It would be pretty they are really aggressive, these mollies. I'm not gonna bother them. I have such a good shield, so I'm not a fighter, I'm a trader. I just want to get out of here with my cargo. I could engage them, but I do not have that much firepower. But yeah, it would be pretty game changing if Liberty all of a sudden became distanced themselves from the other big four, big five nations. Also, since they're if you look at the map, they're pretty central, right? Liberty is like all of this. Colorado, Kepler is not, I guess they're not, but New York is kind of the center of the map. But I guess it will also be fun to some extent. I mean, that's what you wouldn't expect happen, and it would happen. I mean, well, now we finally at Planet London. It is not Planet London. I'm going to. No, I have to go to Canterbury. You know what? I'm just gonna sell it here. I think there's a decent price in London as well. Let's see. There we go. No, I am not gonna sell it here. That's for sure. That's just the standard price. Yeah, here we go. It's up again. No, that is helium. Oh well, I guess I have to be more awake. That was a mistake. This means I have to go to Canterbury. Well, this happens sometimes as well. I mean, I guess when I have done this route 1,000 times. Look at that. I'm just gonna check out this first. I believe this is a player base. Have they designed this themselves? It looks pretty rad, right? Oh, that mark is Gallic. So what has happened is that since we have become like that logo is the Gallic, is the French rose or whatever it's called. Yeah. So what has happened is that since we politically have, like, when I say we, it's because I'm flying a Brittonic ship. Since Britannia has become neutral or whatever, or more positive towards the Gallic nations, and Gallic is trying to get back with the big nations, suddenly you have Gallic stations here as well, or a player outpost, or I don't know what it's called. That is pretty cool. So that's cool with this game, is that it's not only a story in your head and they tell a story. They actually make new stations that pop up, and they change the game to follow the storyline, and that's like the developers who are doing this, and then we as players can incorporate our story into the greater story. That is really. I assume this is the same. Yeah, I guess that's something French. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say. Yeah, that's also, that looks really a lot like the other one. This York, that's pretty English.
Objective reached.
Ah, that's pretty cool. Oh, this is so dumb. Well, helium is the same price. That was what I was wondering before, and it is the same price. That is nice. Now we just have to see so from here I sell my helium, and I think I have to buy luxury goods or something, and then I sell that in New Dublin where I pick up the other ones. It's not a huge profit, but just to not fly with an empty cargo hold. Wait, I think in the old days it would pick the... I'm a big ship, never mind. So when you're a big ship, you cannot use the docking stations. You just, I don't know, teleport in or whatever. Yeah, that's much better, you see? 16.5 million. Consumer goods, here we go. I'm not sure if New Dublin actually is. Yeah, here we go. So we're selling that to Graves Station. And Graves Station actually shows up here. That may be because I've already been there. The other one is gold something. It's called gold something. Well, here we go. Maybe I should turn up the in-game volume a tiny bit. So this is this.
Man who had it was killed in front of me.
All right.
Report 7 was destroyed.
There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's go to Dublin. Oops.
Go to.
To Southampton Wreck. But now you can better hear what I'm talking about, the action. So I'm not sure how this would work on the whole RP front, if I'm supposed to just act as nothing is going on and just fly away. But I mean, it's not my struggle, right? I'm here to trade. So CptBowie would not participate in random struggles as a trader. I don't have any affiliation. I guess I should attack some of the Mollies if they are fighting some others. But if they're fighting Bretonia police forces, that would not make sense, since they're supposed to protect me, not the other way around.
Objective reached.
Okay, here we go.
Objective reached. Dock.
Here we go. Well, I'm still nervous about the gold thing. I guess it would be fun to make some episodes explaining the lore also, or the story also, because I myself wonder about a lot of stuff. I know going through the patch notes really helps understanding what is happening a lot as well. But there are just so much, so yeah. It would be cool. I wish I could make some animation. I'm not good at that, but I could draw, I don't know, stick ships fighting each other to explain the story. Stick planets. But that's about my my graphical knowledge. So I guess if anyone sees this and thinks it would be fun to animate the story of this, just like simple, I don't know if you guys watch the League of Legends stuff, some of them make lore themselves, like they redraw the characters, so I don't know. That's pretty cool. No, I'm just gonna, since they absolutely do want to fight, let's see how fast they die. You are gonna regret this, Molly. There we go. Well, I'm getting a bit pissed off at the Mollies for always attacking me, so I got my revenge. These lasers, these transport lasers, look and sound pretty cool though, I must say. They're massive. I think my fighter is just like small, tiny. Splush, splush, splush. You just shoot around with the small, tiny green plasma, whatever.
Go to.
Okay, here we go. Wait. Oh, I know. Okay. Step. Let's go to. This time I want to go to BMM. So Graves is showing up on the station now. It's a BMM. Does that mean that this actually? BMM, I think, is a faction, is an NPC faction. That is pretty interesting. CptBowie. I wonder what that is. Well, doesn't matter. Right now, at least. I don't think they showed up on the map before. This is not a BMM. This should also show up. So many questions. Well, now is the moment of truth. Can we or can we not transport gold? I guess that will be some of my homework to figure out how that the prices fluctuate and what. Yeah, I know they changed the trade lanes and trade prices to kind of once they made some new jump hole connections now, and after they do that they have to change up the whole trade system, or else you can abuse it. Here we go. Should be 800 something. I see. Yeah, okay, the prices are back. Whew. The prices are back. Okay, I'm gonna go to the other station simply because I'm actually gonna check this out as well. But I'm just gonna use this time to explore a bit as well, figure out what these different bases are. So the prices are back on gold, guys. The prices are back on gold. Everything is good. We can keep up our trade route. It's working as it should. I'm aiming for 130 for new trade ship, 130 million that is. But I need 5-10 million extra to actually buy the cargo I want, and maybe even a time and then plus some extra just in case I manage to lose the cargo or die or something. So if I get 140 million in total, I think I should be good. I can transfer the guns from this to the new one. And also, since I applied for Gateway, which is the trading faction, they are based in Bretonia, and I'm going full RP and buying a Bretonia transport. It has the highest hull armor, but not the best shield, but it's good. This should allow me to get out of bad situations. I think it's not the most pretty, or like it's a big pile of metal put together to transport things, but I wonder what this is. Why it doesn't say, it just says CptBowie. Is this an independent? This might be an independent base. I did not know you can make them. I guess if you yourself had a base where you can just sell from. So here the gold ore are cheaper. Look at that. It's 2,500, sorry, on the other base, and here is 2,000. Well, we're going all the way to Graves now. Wait, there's actually a jump hole. I have to figure out where that jump hole leads. That's in New London. I'm just checking an interactive map right now. Nah, okay, it's not worth it taking that. So it's about Oh, that's why the screen has frozen, by the way, is when I tab out. So sadly, I don't have a secondary screen right now. I'm using my wife's old PC as my secondary screen. Also, you cannot run this in windowed mode, I think. I'm not sure. I have to research that as well. That would make it easier, I think, but we'll have to see. So this is like pretty empty. A medium yellow sun. I don't know if you're actually able to see that. That's just this sun. A star, I guess. Wait, I'm not going to... Oh, that's a weapon platform, that's wrong. I have so many questions about these bases as well. So this looks like player-owned bases, right? I would say, but it's a BMM. Ah, mines. I don't feel these mines hurt as much as some of the other ones do. Who are they firing at? Corsairs. I guess I will be unfriendly with Corsairs once I join Gateway, but let's see the prices here. Gold is so much cheaper here. Oh wow. But this gold is worth much less. I guess this is not a player-owned base then. That would be my assumption right now, is that player-owned bases gold is different. No, I'm just gonna try to buy this and bring it along just to see what happens. Well guys, you know what this means? We're going back the other way straight again. Awesome. So that's why it pops up on the map as well. Well, that makes sense. My friend usually called this a error of 40, I guess, since I'm 40 centimeters from the screen. So it's my own fault. That's just how it goes. Well, we learned something now, right? That's good. I actually again, like how does that work? Why is gold different? Know what I mean? But now I can actually compare it, so yeah, we'll just have to see. I assume that you can only sell it at the worst possible rate, but it's not gonna be much of a loss. I mean, maybe 500,000 or something. It's all good. Wait, I'm going to Clue Bay instead. I think that these play-on bases has decay on it, so it goes down in HP every day, and you have to repair it to actually have it. It would be cool to join one of these organizations or start my own and get bases and whatnot, but one of my American friends who play this game, or one of the guys I met in this game, Chris, he was thinking about making a an organization and getting capital ships like battleships and cruisers and whatnot. So, but I have to talk with him about that. Well, when you take these long runs, you could almost manage to take a nap, right? If you like that kind of stuff. Oh, that would be good. Just power nap in between. I mean, you could even do homework and play this game. When I played World of Warcraft, I played on a vanilla server called Nostalgius. Like, it was, yeah, grace area legal, but it was really fun. It was the vanilla. Now they released the vanilla now, right? World of Warcraft vanilla, but back then you had to join a private server. But even though it was private, there were over 1 million people playing on it actively. So, I mean, probably the biggest private server ever. And back then I would go fishing and do my homework at the same time. I really enjoyed fishing in the game, no matter though. But it was just, yeah, I could manage to get a few lines and then press the fish, and then I had this extra sound alarm whatever for the fish, and it was horrible way of reading, but nope. That's why so I lose 300. Oh, so it's gold ore. That is the difference. So, and I cannot sell this, guys. This is bad. This does mean that I do have to go out into space and just jettison it. Well, okay, we learn by doing, right? Maybe I should not have bought a full cargo, but bye.
Jettison.
So gold ore and not gold. That makes a lot of sense.
Dock.
Not a lot of sense that gold ore is worth more than actually made gold, but should be the other way around, I think. But yeah. 5 million. So we are going to, you could go all the way to New Berlin and do that route. I did that with the guy who showed me this route, actually was doing that route, but I feel it's more efficient to go to Erie, then pick up the helium and then back again. So that is what I'm going to do.
Go to.
There we go, Dublin, New York. I assume the price is a bit cheaper since it's further away, but I don't know. I guess you can set your prices yourself, how much you want to sell the gold ore for. So, and just to let you know, I did not knew this clue bay was here before now. I just saw it, and so a big part of the game is also exploration, just figuring out things yourself. And I think that this game, once you get past all the RP related stuff and kind of get to know the basics of the system, the game has a lot of intuitively exploring to do. You can figure out a lot of stuff. So that is pretty, I like that kind of game, because then now I figure out, okay, there's some system or some mechanics with the gold, and there are different prices. I guess they're set by the players who own the base. Which means that if I take the time to explore more bases, I could figure out a better route, a more efficient route, and so on. We're gonna hit the front of this instead of the side. Alright, go! Battle Cruiser. Blackrock. Oh, that's really a cool name though. That's really an awesome name. So I'm just gonna go into this hole before I explain it.
Dock.
Alright. So I'm actually using the jump hole in California. I could go through New York and then down to Pennsylvania, but I think it's a better way to avoid pirates and possibly less time consuming. I think it's less time consuming, but I'm not 100% positive on that note yet. I'm just gonna check out if I actually managed to. I did not manage to hit that at all. Here we go.
Objective reached.
Objective reached. Well, this is going good then. Now we're at 72 million. So I think we get almost 20 by this. So that's, let's say we get 17.5 per, like if you round out the average per run, maybe 18. Yeah, 17.5. Then we at least maybe we undershoot it a bit, but and I need 140. So that's 17.5 times 2. That's 30. It's really hard, difficult to do math in English when you're Danish. I'm trying to figure out in Danish in my head. But it is at least 15 times 2, that's 30. Times plus 20, that's 50. That's completely wrong math. That's 35. Yeah, 35 per 2 runs. So I guess if I do 2 runs back and forth from now, I should be able to have the money I need. So that's 4 small minor runs. 4, yeah, smaller runs. Okay. Here we go.
Objective reached. Dock.
So I'm just gonna move my webcam thing around. Apparently it has not been put in the complete right position, I think. Maybe that works. So there's actually a gateway. That's one of the guys I wanted to join at some point.
Go to dock.
Oh, this is where you have to be careful not to hit the planets.
Objective reached.
Oh, so if the game freezes when I tab out, so
Cancel.
I'm going the wrong way. Oh, just awesome.
Dock. Dock. Denied. Destination is too far. Dock.
Yeah, we're going to Manchester. Well, there we are. Now it's working. I think it's amazing. This game is from 2003, right? And even though the mod has overhauled some of the graphics, it really isn't much. So the basic layout of the game and the basic graphics
Go to
are still pretty much the same, I think. Actually, yeah, I think it will be pushed hard to find a game that's still playable, play-worthy even today. I mean, even the single player of this game, if you have not played this game before, I would think that you could sit down and have an enormous amount of fun just playing through the single player. Sadly, the game, they stopped selling the games, I think, so you have to buy it off Amazon. But there is a lot of places where you can download the game as well. I think due to the whole Like there's games when they become a certain age, they have to release them to be free. Like Warcraft, now like the old StarCraft 1 now is free, and other games like that. I guess this is hitting that time soon as well. It becomes freeware instead, since they have to repay for the license for the game to actually keep it. Yeah, to keep it. But you can if you go to Discovery, you can download this game, also the basic game, and you just play through the basic game. You have to use the basic game to play the mod as well, so you have the basic game installed when you have this mod. But this game also made a single player version, which should be better than multiplayer. I played through a single player a lot back in the day, so I'm more interested in the multiplayer part right now. But you have that option as well if you would like to try it. So I think that's nice. Okay, here we go. Objective reach. Ouch. Taking damage. Yes, you are. Just gonna stop here. I feel like the mollies really are the weakest ones of everyone. They just do not hurt at all. Bye bye. It is a mistake to turn around. Good luck with that. Yeah. I don't think I have cargo space to pick up. I do not. I'm considering buying a shield for this. You can implement armor, it's not shield, sorry, an armor, like a physical armor to enhance the resistance or the damage you take on the red bar here, on the hull, an armor for the hull. I guess that would be pretty nice to get at some point. But we'll see. I might not buy it for this one actually. I guess I can just transfer it, but I'd rather use the money to buy a new ship and then... Yeah, I need to upgrade my gunboat as well a bit. And I guess the trader, no, the miner I'm gonna get needs some upgrades when I buy that. I think the miner I'm looking at now is 37 million. But once you get the big ass trade ship, that's gonna be 2 runs. Then you have, if I'm getting anything between 16.5 to almost 20 million per run of these, I'll get the double amount. When I get a big twice as big, of course, a ship twice as big. Only issue is that if these bases run empty of ores, then then you can trade with it. That's also why I want to help contribute and mine for the bases, since I'm using them as a trader. That of course wouldn't matter in the RPY, since if you're a trader, right? That's what you do. But I know. I guess it would also be fun to try out mining. Fun, you say? Yeah, I know. I guess for some, the whole mining aspect or the whole, it can be tedious just doing the same over and over again. But I like high intensity, like high games with high intensity, like League of Legends or FPS games like Call of Duty. But I also like this, where you're just completely down low. And I guess it has been a personal practice for me, like mental practice, to actually put up some long-term goals. I want to have this amount of credits in a game. I know it's gonna take this much time. Maybe I even have to use several days, several weeks to get it. But when I get it, like that fulfillment you get get from finally getting what you need. Like in World of Warcraft, I needed to get in vanilla, you use daggers as a tank. I know, if some of you know World of Warcraft, it seems pretty silly. But that was the best way to pump out, like you wanted the dagger with the highest possible attack rate, attack speed, because your heroic strike, which is an ability you have, was used at the attack speed that your weapon had. So the faster weapon, the more heroic strikes. More heroic strikes, the more aggro. The more aggro, the more the boss would hit you instead of your teammates who were not tanks, right? And I had to farm 2 straight weeks. I fished and fished and fished and fished to get enough gold for this stupid dagger. But when I finally got it, I mean, that's just, I know this seems weird for some, but there was really a sense of fulfillment that you can put up long-term goals and actually manage it, right? And I think that that's something you can that's a skill you learn in games that you can translate into real life, that can give you a perspective, especially when a lot of games, a lot of stuff we do is instant gratification. It's something where we want to be satisfied right here, right now, right? And I really believe that learning, also kind of thinking about what you do as a journey instead of just the end goal being the only thing that I know this is cliche, right? But it's the climb that's important, not reaching the top, some people would say, right? But I think that is a certain aspect to this whole trading and mining that you get from this game. And in the end, I guess if you want to become the best at this game, the best is usually the ones who use and spend the most time in it, right? So there's that. Well, here we go. So I think I will end my trade route when I get to Pennsylvania now and sell out. I'm not completely sure. I'm gonna take a small break, at least, and consider it, and we'll see. I really wanted to start mining as well. So I'm a bit split if I should buy the bigger cargo ship first. But I'm going to take a small break when I get there and maybe reconsider what I want to do. Because it would be, on one hand, it would be really nice to actually get the new next level trade ship, Britannia, whatever ship, to be able to just supply my needs in this game properly. But on the other hand, it would be fun to try out something new, not just doing the same over and over again. It's pretty fun. I know, it's just it's so weird that a game like this can be fun, I guess. I had to be taught to truly appreciate these aspects of the game. I have a dear friend who, Ramsin, the one I'm actually trying to get to join this game, who has this in his nature, that he just enjoys this. Yeah, it's just a part of who he is, right? And from playing with him, I kind of learned it and learned to appreciate it. And I used it a lot as almost a meditation of some sort. Like, you're just in this bubble where you do nothing, but you do something. And time is just extended, and you kind of, maybe you reflect upon some of the things that you need to reflect upon in life, or you just do nothing in your head, you just completely relax. I know it has actually helped getting me through some hard stuff in life, and I guess it has helped to give me grow room to cultivate some of my reflections and ideas of the world and whatnot, since you get a lot of time to think about other stuff. I'll just curious. 64 and then the 7. I cannot. So that's 3 times as long. Well, then it's actually, I think I did some calculation that it needs to be 3 times the distance. Yeah. I don't know, it's 64 I have to fly, and then there's 30 I have to fly or more. You know what? I'm just gonna fly straight.
Go to.
I can't imagine flying 64 this way first and then taking it. Even though I'm using the trade lanes, I still have to dock them and whatnot. But that is really some math I need to figure out. Would be nice to know to fly more efficiently. Oh, I love the look out of these rings. I mean, look at this, guys. I know if you play Star Citizen and whatnot, this may just seem stupid and simple, but I don't. I play this and just amazed at these rings and the visual part of this aspect. Also, I guess what's really impressive is the color palettes. Whoever made this really has a good artistic sense, or whatever you call it. The way they float from one palette, like this orange kind of mixed with some purple, that's like the gas. You know there's some gassy thing here because of the color palettes and stripes, and then into the darker here with some, again, yeah, it's just amazing. I guess it's a nice version. I imagine space to be a bit more cold and probably beautiful and majestic, but this is a bit more approachable. I guess Star Citizen captures that. I need to play Star Citizen at some point, I guess. So. But it's been great playing this game for a week now. Exactly, I started last Sunday. That's a week ago now, in the afternoon. And yeah, it's growing on me still. So if you want to, you should definitely join. It's free. It's pretty easy to set up. I'm probably gonna start putting links for the community in my YouTube as well for you to join. And they have a Discord that they answer instantly if you ask questions. They have a forum where they answer pretty fast. The devs are always working with the game, it seems. I don't know. I'm just amazed. How many games can you think of right now that has a player-driven developer team and community that managed to keep up? I don't know. I think this mod is from 2008 or 9, like the mod itself. So that's 10 years. 10 years of this mod, community-driven. And it has taken a dip but we're still, like when I log on Friday, right now it's almost 50, right? 50 people are online. And I don't know if you play the big games, this seems like nothing. But like a multiplayer server back in the day with 50 people on it would have been insane. I mean, it would just have been crazy, and that you can impact the storyline. And I know that a lot of people have stopped playing, might be coming back as well. So yeah, it just blows my mind. Also, 90% of the people you meet are friendly and helpful. I don't know. I guess I'm the annoying kid who just asks a lot of questions in game. You know, like I grew up with someone and I'll ask them a billion questions, and all of them answer and tell me just to ask even more if I have more questions, right? That's usually how I try to play games. But I feel usually people are more focused on minding their own business. But I guess with the whole RP thing, it forces you to, for this to work, you need to be aware of the other players and need to be aware of your surroundings and engage not only with yourself and the world, but also with the other players in the world, because that's how the RP and this game kind of exist on a higher level. So I think, yeah, it's just cool. Hello, Star Reaper. Are these new guys just creating, and if so, why are they flying from here? So this is the hard base to dock in.
Understood. Your request is granted. Proceed. 10.
I managed to crash here once when I tried to dock. I have full load of gold ore. Oh man. Let me tell. Oh, I actually managed to dock here. It's not a mooring ring. I goes to planet Erie. Oh, scaring life out of me. I'm still not really 100 on. Also, if you take like these trade lanes, there's these circles here that I've been using. And let's say you take one that comes that points straight into the planet, and you're maybe not completely aware, or you're tabbing out or something. When you look again, it just says poof, and your ship is gone. Oh. Okay, here we go. $19 million, 19.7, so it's a bit more. I guess it's 18. I guess an average. I get an average, yeah. That's nice. That is really sweet. Well, let's see if we can bring this to... No, I can't sell to player on bases. That's right. Well, guys, I actually think that is going to be this for now. It was really fun. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you would like to, feel free to, again, join me in this game. And we'll have some great adventures together, hopefully. Or else I'll see you next time. I think that next time actually might be after the new year, sadly, but that's how it is. See you guys. Goodbye.